Welcome back to another episode of History for Homies. I'm your homie, Aaron Figueroa, and on this episode, I want to talk about the importance of public policy. And I want to kind of go into one of the most important times of public policy, and that was during the Vietnam War. We should first start by analyzing what exactly is public policy. The matter of the fact is that public policy and public opinion go hand in hand. Public opinion just referring to the overall consensus of a nation's citizens. Like in the case of the Vietnam War, there was an overall that America shouldn't be over there, that we shouldn't be fighting this war, and we shouldn't be sending our just freshly turned 18-year-old sons out to be slaughtered in Vietnam. And because of that, and because of the overwhelming resentment of that war, the American government decided to vacate Vietnam, which gives reason to why exactly public opinion is so important, especially in a nation like the United States, which is trying to be as democratic as possible. A democratic government is guided by people, the common man. And without public opinion, we have none of this. And especially in the case of the Vietnam War, where just everyday people can influence such a big change, demonstrates just how important public opinion is. And this is something that even our founding fathers know, as our First Amendment protects our right to speech and to press. However, even with America being such pro free speech, public opinion doesn't really always solve everything. I mean, the Vietnam War went on for years. There was numerous protests, and sometimes it really did seem bleak. But the power of it comes with time. They were able to enact such major change, which is why, as a nation, we have to always express our opinions and let our voices be heard. Even nowadays, when current topics like climate change or abortion rights, every voice matters. And it's what makes the United States such a great country, because other countries don't have such an amazing right to voice your opinion, which almost sounds nuts, but it really is such a great privilege that we share. Lastly, I just want to talk about the evolution that public opinion has had, in specific, the technology and everything that's happened. I mean, we used to relay messages through horseback or take weeks and months on end to mail. But now everybody can just express themselves by a click of a button, which has granted so many possibilities and has allowed so many other people to share their voice. But it also allows for a lot of negativity and also a lot of people wanting to have discourse, but not in a tame manner, rather to just argue. I want to preface by saying that hate speech in any form is never allowed and should never be tolerated, and is something that hurts society more than helps it. But I also want to state the fact that as a society, we shouldn't be scared of this level of discourse. Um, uh, in current days, it almost seems like everybody's at each other's throats. The right is always at the left, and there's almost too much public opinion to even recognize what's going on. But I just want to state that too much public opinion is always better than too little. Having too little public opinion is how monarchies form and is how nobody gets represented. Although society these days sometimes seems a little out of control, I'm a firm believer that all of this makes us as a nation healthier rather than hurting us. Thank you for listening to my opinion on public opinion, and I hope you guys learned a little bit more about the United States and how government works intertwined with its people.